Hey, foodie gang, what's going on? You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk, Chef Big Bang Season 3, Episode 152. I'm gonna hold up 3 hands for 52. Turn this down a little bit. Okay, we're making last minute soup. I have a bunch of leftovers in the fridge. We're gonna put them all together. We're gonna make a delicious soup. We have made soup before, but we're back with another one. And hey, Angela, how are you doing? So, like I said, I got a bunch of leftovers in the fridge. I had made this Old Bay chicken that I froze and was in the freezer, defrosted it, and we're gonna put this shredded Old Bay chicken in the soup. You guys remember when I did the oxtail boil? Well, this is seafood butter from when we did the oxtail boil. So there's Cajun seasoning in here and Old Bay seasoning. We are going to use this to build our roux. And IDK, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, support this channel, Gotta keep the stove on. So we got our seafood butter, we got diced tomatoes, and we went over the ingredients for our last minute soup. Beans. I have some leftover black beans in the fridge. I'm going to show you guys how to utilize your money and how to make sure that you're stretching every dollar when you're in the kitchen. Because let's be real here, food is so expensive. So we got beans, diced tomatoes, seafood butter, a little bit of onions. We got some leftover broccoli that we're going to use, celery, carrots, and then we're going to put this red beans and rice in our soup. But we are going to cook this first so that when we put the rice and the beans in the soup, it does not become overcooked or undercooked. So, and make sure that you guys do not spam the chat. Be on your best behavior when you're talking to us, or we gonna get you up out of here. We're gonna put you on the chopping block, and we gonna keep going. Okay? All right. We got that covered. Okay. And then we have some beef broth and chicken stock. Like I said, going through the fridge, utilizing our leftovers, and we're gonna make a really, really delicious soup. Utilizing all of our leftovers. You know, we're always cooking over here at 907 Goodies. And you guys ask me, what do you do with the leftovers? I make stir fry, or I make soup, or I'll just eat them like that. But no food is ever wasted here at 907 Goodies. The first thing I'm going to do, well, before you start cooking, make sure you wash your hands, which I've already done. I'm going to get my red beans and rice on I have a rice cooker back here, so we're going to get this on. We're going to start working on the knife skills. So, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, support the channel. You can send a super chat with your thoughts. Super sticker. Hit the PayPal, join the channel. So we got our rice cooker back here. Oh, and I also have flour because we're going to build a roux. So, and this is all-purpose flour. This is the rice cooker right here that I have been telling you guys all about these rice cookers. Great investments in my opinion for making rice. It frees up the stove and all that stuff. Zatarain's red beans and rice. I'm making soup today. How is everybody's day going? How's everybody's day going? So yeah, we just gonna cook. We're gonna chill today. Going to school. So I had a ton of dishes, so I washed dishes today and ran a couple errands. My day has been okay. I have had better days, but one thing I will say is that cooking makes me feel better. So I'm gonna put 3 cups of water in here. bit of butter, a little bit of oil in here when you're making the Zatarain's red beans and rice. And Angela said it is going very well today. Yes, this week has been off to a rocky start for me, but that is okay. You know, things are going to happen in life. I feel like it's how you step in and try to problem solve. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make me a soup. But I have all these like bits and pieces of food because I'm always cooking. And so I'm like, hey, I like to make stir fries or soups if I have a lot of leftovers. So here we go with the soup. And it is cold outside. You guys know I live in Alaska. So I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in here. The nice thing about the rice cooker is all you have to do is put it on the the cook setting, and it will cook it. It will shut off and start holding it hot when it is done cooking. So you don't have to worry about boilovers or anything like that. Put that on. Then we got our celery here. I have a whole lot of celery here. We're gonna get this cut up. Let me get my knife out. That might help us with the mixes. Get my cutting board here. So I got my bowls here. When I'm cutting up my vegetables, I like to put a bowl here for waste so that I don't have to keep running back and forth to the trash can. So, gonna get my celery picked off and give it a rinse. And as you can see, I have a lot of celery here. I'm going to start with about 3 stalks of celery, and if I need more, I'll cut more celery. Celery, that one just dropped. Celery, onions, and carrot is considered a mirepoix, and very important when you're making sauces, stocks, and so forth. Okay, got celery here. Let me turn it over a little bit. Make sure my hand is dry so my knife is not slippery. And then we're going to get our carrots cut, our celery cut, and then I have a bunch of different onion shapes here because I've been cooking a lot. We're going to go through our onions and make sure they're all similar shape. And there we go. I have our soup. The thing I love about soup is that you'll have enough left over for the next couple of days. So you don't have to cook. Or even if you wanted to make dinner, you can have the soup for lunch. Leftover soup is never a bad thing, though. I like to put a couple of napkins next to my workstation. There we go. Make so y'all can see it, okay? Just use a little closer to y'all. And then depending on how big you want your vegetables to be, that's how you can cut it. I don't want a small dice, so I'm going to cut them kind of, you know, a nice shape, a nice size. Kind of like that. The size I'm going for. But if you want to do a small dice, you want to do a large dice, it's totally up to you. So I took my celery stalk, I cut this in half. Let me show y'all. I mean, I be just cutting stuff real quickly, but I be trying to break it down sometimes. Okay, so we got the celery, we went in half with it. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to cut like little pieces off. I'm so used to just cutting stuff, I'll just be cutting away. And keep in mind, when you cook, you're going to make a mess. It's going to be a mess. You're going to make a mess. Got some right there. Go through our onions. Okay, so you guys remember when we did the, I think it was a fish sandwich mukbang. So I got some circles in here from that. We're going to cut them all into nice uniform shapes. We're going to put them in our bowl right here. We got a little bit of all different types of shapes up in here. Okay. It's still going to taste the same. Onions right there. So we're gonna we got our chicken, our shredded Old chicken, we have our celery, we have our carrots, we have our onions. We're gonna put some broccoli in here. We got some tomatoes. We got a little bit of everything up in here. And we got our red beans and rice on, and we're gonna put that in the soup as well. But how is everybody doing today? Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. What I'm gonna do is go through here and cut some of my broccoli in half if I see any like really big pieces. And I'm going to throw my broccoli into my soup absolutely last. Just because it's already soft. It's already like, you know, pre-cooked. So I'm going to put it in there last. But my celery, carrots, and onion will go in there in the beginning because it's going to help build the flavor for my soup. Let me get a container. Over here making a mess, you know, nothing major, nothing major. So we're just getting our prep done for our soup. We have our seafood butter, our broccoli, our celery. We got our all-purpose flour. We got our diced tomatoes. I got some black beans and some carrots that we're actually going to cut now. Or next. I'm going to flip my cutting board over. Okay, I got the carrots right here. Definitely want to rinse off your carrots. Even peel them if you can, if you have a peeler. If you don't peel your carrots, it's totally fine. It's kind of a look thing, honestly. Let me get my colander out. Soup always tastes better the next day. Because all those flavors have time to like really sit. In answer to since getting the carpal tunnel, I often use a food chopper, grater, slicer, non-electric machine. Those are all great tips, and that's something that you can do too if you can't do knife skills, because that's there is nothing wrong with using gadgets to help, because that's what they're here for, and I know for some people, some of you guys don't even like cooking. So in that case, that's why I say use the rice cooker, use the gadgets that Angela mentioned. That's what they're here for. They're to make life easier in the kitchen. And if you are someone who uses gadgets, don't feel bad. Do not feel bad at all. Especially if you're, you know, someone that can't stand for a long time, or you do have a disability, or you know what I'm saying, like, use a gadget, do what you gotta do. I just know one thing, eating out is super expensive these days, and I just feel like it's only gonna get worse, honestly. And it's kind of a hit or miss. If you're gonna get good food, it's if it's somewhere that you're trying that's new. And if they do have good food, they charge a lot for it. You know, it's like the days where we could go out and spend a little bit of money is like definitely over. Definitely over. And so I'm just peeling my carrots. You, I guess, like I said, you don't have to do this step. And I know the peeler goes both ways, but I feel like when I go up, it gets really, really messy. That's how your carrot looks once it gets peeled. But I've had dishes where the carrots haven't been peeled. And I've had dishes where they've been peeled. It does not impact the flavor. It only impacts the look, honestly. Okay, so this weekend, you know how we do the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast? We're gonna do it on Friday, just because Ava has a competition this weekend. So on Friday, we're gonna have the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast. I'm still not sure what we're gonna make, but do not worry, y'all. This is how I operate, real last minute. So we're gonna have something good. I'm gonna be making breakfast with y'all on Friday. And I want to do a live stream talking about all the unnecessary spending that Elon Musk has found within our government. We definitely got to talk about it. It's crazy. It's a lot. And then you guys, hey LT Poker, I'm sorry, I was over here into it. Hey LT Poker. And as I said, all those veggie scraps can be used to make a homemade stock. That is very true. When I was in culinary school, that's what they would do with the scraps. They would make stock out of them. Okay, but yeah, I want to do a live stream talking about all the spending that our government has been doing with our tax dollars. That's a bunch of crazy stuff, y'all. And you guys know how we used to have paper or plastic straws, but recently in the last couple of years all we have is paper straws. Even when you go out to eat, they'll give you a paper straw. Well, Trump signed an executive order outlawing, or saying, I don't think he outlawed it, but he just said that we're going to go back to plastic straw. So we're going to talk about that too. And we are making last minute soup. I have a bunch of leftovers that were in the fridge, so we're going to make a soup today. But yeah, I want to do a long live stream talking about all the spending that Elon Musk has found. And I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. Because I know some of us do not like Elon Musk, but there is a lot of money from our tax dollars being spent recklessly. And before we address how we don't like Elon Musk, we got to talk about what you found. Hey, Grace, how are you doing? And Ring 50 says, sounds good. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're making a last minute soup. If I have a lot of leftovers, I love to make soup or stir fry. And Grace said, hi, beautiful, happy Tuesday. Y'all, I have had a day. It has been a stressful day for me. And so I was like, you know, let me just cook real quick. Because I feel like when I cook, it makes me happy. And when I get to talk to all of you guys. And yesterday, we took off yesterday. I like to take one day off a week from like live streaming to kind of get all my affairs in order. You know, I got 2 YouTube channels, this one and Ava's Playtime. So I like to take a day off to kind of like you know. And Grace said, I'm cool. I'm so tired, but I gotta get the assignment done for school. What you cooking? We are making soup. I got some shredded chicken, some red beans and rice, and I'm cutting up celery and onions, and we're gonna put some broccoli in it. We're gonna put some black beans in it. It's gonna be good, y'all. And Grace, what are you in school for? Man, I tell y'all, school is so tiring. I'll never forget how I felt when I went to school. And Grace said soup is so perfect today. Yes. It is cold outside. I didn't get the weather before I got here, but it's cold. Y'all know I'm in Alaska. Let me know, what time is it from where you are tuning in from? Okay, I have washed off like five or so carrots, but I honestly think this is enough carrots. Okay, I think that's all our nice skills. El Cheapo, I didn't know you were in school too. Oh my goodness. El Cheapo got a lot going on. And El Cheapo, I saw your reels. They call them reels on Instagram. On Instagram. And Grace said bachelor's in psychology. Okay. Grace is beautiful and smart. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna clean up. Y'all be getting mad when I say that, but what if my kitchen was dirty? That's how you know I'm going through it. If you come to 907 Goodies and my kitchen dirty, that's how you know I'm depressed. That's how you know I'm going through it. Okay, I got some leftover celery and carrots here. We'll probably be making something else soon. And Grace said, oh, don't make me fuss. That's what I'm here for, baby. Grace laugh aloud, and Elsie said Grace laugh aloud, and I ate lunch, so I'm struggling right now. Elsie, are you off the fast? Yes, y'all. Life is tough. It really is, and as soon as you think you have it figured out, something else seems to happen or pop up. That's like, oh, I really don't have it figured out. Okay. Okay. And people said, nope, Sunday my last day. Oh, okay, so you're off of it now. And Angela, Chef, she said, Chef, have you ever used leeks in a recipe? When I was in the kitchen, we would use leeks a lot, but I have never used leeks at home. Would you guys like? We used to make it's like a leek soup. Leeks are kind of like onions. But I have not used leeks in a long time. And then Grace, El Cheapo was fasting, so Sunday was her last day of her fast. Okay, so we have all our ingredients here. We have our broccoli, celery, seafood butter, all-purpose flour. We got our black beans, and then onions and carrots, diced tomatoes, and we got our shredded chicken back here. We have red beans and rice on in the rice cooker that we're gonna add to our soup. So we got a little bit of everything. And Cheapo, I'm confused. You got a week left of what? What you got a week left of? Oh, next Sunday is the last day. Okay. And you say you just had lunch. So what did you eat for lunch then? And I know they have like different types of fasts. So we got our pot here. I'm going to put our seafood butter in there. We're going to get it melted and we're going to start building that roux. Grace said air. Yeah, Grace, are you confused or is that just me? Because I'm confused. Or is that just me? Put this on low. Okay, so for this soup, I think we're gonna get our roux pretty dark. We're gonna get our roux pretty dark. Oh, okay. Tsp said vegetarian bowl from Chipotle, no meat, no cheese. Okay, so Tsp, what are the rules of your fast? Because I know that they have some fasts where you can't eat at all, only water. And then they have some where it's like intermittent fasting. And Grace says she's confused too, or maybe it's just exhausted or over caffeinated. Yeah. Were y'all confused too? Yeah, so I've heard at my dad's church they do like a spiritual fast too, and they can only have water. And the pastor was saying that he wasn't feeling good, so he went to his doctor. And he was saying like when you fast, you gotta kind of do it in a safe way. You can't just go completely cold turkey, especially if you're an older person. Because I believe his blood sugar was up or something like that. Oh, Tsp said I'm doing the Daniel's fast. No meat, no dairy, no sugar, no processed food. Oh, okay. That's what it is. Like I said, they got a different type of fast, so I'm glad you put that up, Chibo, because we was confused. So we got our butter in there. I might put some regular butter in here too. Let me bend y'all over. So y'all can see what's going down. I'm gonna put a little bit of regular butter in here too. So I got my seafood butter. In this butter is Old Bay seasoning and Cajun seasoning. And I had this butter left over from when I did the oxtail boil. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna just make us a little soul food soup. That's what I should have called it. It makes me so mad because then when you start doing the live, you think of another name. You're like, man. Oh, okay. So the Daniel's fast everything from the ground. I did not know that. And thank you so much, Grace, for stopping by. Good luck on your schooling. And Grace is a smart little lady. Thank you so much, Grace, for stopping by. I always see you in the comments, always supporting. I really appreciate the support. And as content creators, we definitely need it. So then we have our all-purpose flour here. And now, Chipo, what you got going on? I'm just getting that feeling that I had when I made the oxtail boil. Because I got the seafood butter in here with the Cajun and the Old Bay. So it's going to be good, y'all. Let me get my utensils. Oh, I got my whisk over there. Let me get something to stir it with. Let me get a spoon. Yo, I got to do my laundry. I gotta do laundry, so I'm gonna be looking kind of. I have some different outfits on there. The next couple live stream, I gotta do laundry. And as you said, I was trying to do this homework laugh a lot, but I checked out. I'm about to leave the office and find something to do for my last 2 hours. I tell you what, El Chipo, when you start watching these live streams, they're so good. And so sometimes I gotta like disconnect myself from watching these live streams because especially when the subject is good, you'll be all distracted. You'll be like, man, I know I'm supposed to be doing something today. I'm over here sitting up here watching people argue. Okay, so we got that butter is almost melted. We're gonna put in our flour and we're gonna start building our roux. And I have my whisk here. It's gonna be a little loud, so Ooh, I got some water coming out of here. Sometimes that happens. Oh, Tsp, you got a lot going on. I didn't know that you were in school too. And they be like, we can't do it because of this and that, this and that. But you know, us moms, we be making it work because we don't have a choice. It must be nice to be a single person with no kids, no true responsibilities. That was probably my pots that fell, y'all. I mean, it must be nice to be a single person and it's like not have no kids. That's like, and y'all be still making excuses. It's mind-boggling. Oh, okay, Tsp said, yes, class just started this last week. Okay. That's why I'm like, Tsp, I never heard you talk about class before, but that makes sense. You just started it. But, you know, us as moms, we get stuff done. We problem solve. We putting out small fires. Sometimes I feel like your whole life be on fire. Everywhere you step is a problem. Yeah, I think my pots just fell, y'all. Don't be alarmed. I ain't stack them right when I was washing dishes. Or after I washed dishes. Okay, so we're just building that roux in there. And you guys can see how it already has that color. That's from the Old Bay and the Cajun seasoning. As Tsp said, facts. Yeah, girl, they be steady out here complaining and blaming people and just craziness. And we be having so much on our plates and we still be smiling. And as people say, is that gravy? This is not gravy, but this can be gravy. This is a roux. A roux is flour and butter. A roux is used in gravies. It's used to thicken gravies, used for soups and sauces. So if you added in chicken stock, this could be gravy. But we're making a soup. But they use the same technique, which is a roux, to build sauces, gravies, and soups. But it has that color because I used the seafood butter. And the seafood butter was left over from when I did the oxtail boil. And so it was butter, Cajun seasoning, and Old Bay seasoning. So pretty much we're making like a seafood soup. And I'm mad I didn't think of that name until I got here. When you have your roux on the stove, you do not want to leave it for a long period of time because it will start to burn. Now, we're going to get this roux pretty dark. You know, I was thinking I messed up. I was supposed to saute my veggies first. That's okay. Sometimes when you're in the kitchen, things don't go right. You gotta improvise. And Zeb, what's going on? Zeb, we're making some soup here. And we have our roux in there right now. How's everybody's day going today? Okay, so I was actually supposed to saute my vegetables first, but I forgot what I forgot. So I have another pot here, and we're gonna start sauteing our vegetables in a little bit of butter, and we're gonna come back to this roux. Push it off to the side. Get this pot, can y'all see? Put a little butter in there, and we're gonna start sauteing our vegetables. I don't like to use this pot because it's like the sides of it are really tall, so y'all, it's hard for y'all to see inside of it. But I'm gonna try to get y'all the right angle. Okay, so we have our roux that we started back in this pot over here, and then we have some butter. We're gonna saute our vegetables. Normally, what you do is you saute your vegetables first, and then you build the roux in there. But it's okay when you're in the kitchen, you mess up. You just gotta make it do what it do. So we're gonna put our celery in there. We're gonna put our onions and carrots in here. And this is a mirepoix. A mirepoix is used for soups. It's used for the aromatics that come off of it. It smells so delicious. I'm gonna turn these up so we can cook them. And then just let these cook. Go. And I'm going to be posting this recipe down below too. And I'm going to unplug our rice cooker because our rice is done and we don't want it to overcook. And then I don't like, sometimes I feel the bottom of it will start to burn, so I always unplug it. Okay, so we have our mirepoix in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that roux into this pot. And then this is how you build your soup, right? I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. But what you can do is like you can make a roux and you can cool it down and put it in the fridge. And this is how the roux looks. You could also use this to make gravy. And hey, Conversations with MJ, how are you doing? Angela said, watching you make that roux makes me miss sausage and white gravy and chicken fried steak and white gravy. Ooh, yes. We actually made, what did we, oh, we made sausage, gravy, and biscuits. And hey, Conversations with MJ, how are you? She said, hey, how are you? What soup are you making? Okay. I am making, this is gonna be like a soul food soup. I have a lot of leftovers in my fridge, so we are using them up. And in here, I have the mirepoix. I have celery, onions, and carrots. And then for my roux, I use my leftover seafood butter that I had and made the roux. I have some shredded chicken here. I got some black beans, tomatoes, broccoli, and red beans and rice. So we got a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. But I'm showing y'all how to use up your leftovers if you have them, as opposed to throwing away your leftovers. You know, you can utilize them. And Conversations with Angela said, I love stew. And you know what? Especially on like a cold day. And what I love about like soups or stews, whatever you want to call it, is that they always taste better the next day. And you have some leftovers. So it's just a great way. Especially if you have like leftover veggies or meat in the fridge, you can just put it all into the soup, and it's a good way to not waste any of your food because let's be real here, food is so expensive. So our mirepoix is starting to heat up, but this is why I don't like to use this pot. I might switch back to the other pot because it's like y'all can't really see everything. Yeah, and M just said yes by letting the seasoning sink in. You know what is better the next day? Spaghetti. Spaghetti is better the next day because all those seasonings really soak into the noodles. They soak into the sauce. And it's just so good. But y'all make sure y'all check out Conversations with MJ's YouTube channel. I saw you go live the other day, but I didn't have time to stop by, but I will. You have like she has like a crime channel. And let me tell y'all something. These crime channels, these trial watches are very popular right now. People just love to hear about crime. People just love to hear about crime. And I'll be doing the trial watch too. And I found myself watching some of the YSL trial. I'll be watching the ASAP Rocky trial. A little bit of it, but I would definitely stop by, MJ. Thank you so much. And I did see you go live. I'll say, it makes me so sad sometimes as a content creator because you want to support and you want to watch all these people, all the other content creators, but you get sucked in sometimes. Oh, thank you so much, MJ. Of course you can share the live because we all know somebody who needs help cooking. We all know somebody that needs cooking lessons or needs another recipe. But thank you so much, MJ, for sharing. But yes, as a content creator, it's so hard because you want to watch everyone, you want to support everyone. But then it's like, well, when am I going to do my research and my content? And so you got to, split your time. You got to watch on the replay. But when I have time, I'll go up to No Captivity with Freezy and chop it up. But thank you so much, NJ, for sharing. Y'all make sure to hit the like button, share this live, join the channel, become a member. We are always cooking. We do the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast, and on Sundays, we have Sunday dinner. And thank you so much, MJ. But yes, we have got to support each other. This whole YouTube thing does not work. It does not, in my opinion, it doesn't work when you don't support other people. Like, the only way for you to grow properly is to support other people. So, support other people, support other people. So, look at that. Y'all can see the steam. It smells delicious. You know what I wish I had? I wish I had some fresh garlic to put in here, but that's okay. We have plenty of flavors in here. I think the hardest part when you're cooking is to, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait. Can you guys see okay in this pot, or do y'all want me to go back to the other pot? Hey, Liliana. Liliana been over there going hard in the paint. Making breakfast, dinner, lunch, playing hangman. She's been going hard over there. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to NF's YouTube channel as well. She's making some amazing food, amazing content. And when you watch her content, it doesn't feel like food that you can't make. And join my food group on Facebook and you will see what I mean, because Some of that food you can tell is made by elaborate chefs. But for Liliana and my channel, it's like you feel like you can do it at home yourself. And that's how we want it to feel. You know, we don't want to feel like it's impossible. But Liliana, we're making a last minute soup here. I had a bunch of leftovers in the fridge. So, I have carrots, celery, onion in here. I have my roux back here. I use my leftover seafood butter and flour. I have some broccoli, black beans, some Old Bay shredded chicken. And I got some diced tomatoes, red beans, and rice. Got a little bit of everything. We're going to put it all up into here. We're going to make sure we get the whole thing in there. And enough said, I took a break from live today. I have company coming soon, so I'm making them dinner. I was like, when did you take a break? Because I saw you did like, what, 2 or 3 lives yesterday? But that makes sense. You said today, because yesterday you was up there. You was in the algorithm. Don't even worry about it. Okay, so I have my roux back here. And I think I might switch back to this pot, because it's a little easier for you guys to see. I love when I have like little like dinner parties and you have company. It's a lot of fun. When you like to cook. If you don't like to cook, then you know, you ain't want to have company. But yes, Liliana, you was definitely in the algorithm yesterday. You was doing it. Okay, so in this pot, I switched back to this pot so it's a little bit, so you guys can see a little bit more. In this pot, I have the veggies that I was sautéing, and I have the roux with the seafood butter and the flour. From here, we are going to add in our beef broth and our chicken stock. And I'm using both of these because I have both of these in the fridge. And like I said, I'm going through my fridge, y'all. And Angela dropped the link for MJ's channel. Thank you so much, Angela. Shout out to all the moderators. Thank you guys so much for, you know, always making sure that this channel is running smoothly. And we don't get a ton of trolls over here because we don't really allow them to be here for that long. So shout out to the moderators. So we got our roux in here. We have our veggies. And then we're just going to mix this around and let the roux get a little bit darker. And then we're going to put in our stock. I know it looks weird right now, but don't worry, y'all. I'm going to put in some of the beef broth. Okay, when I am adding liquid to my roux, I like to do a little bit of liquid at a time and let my roux really, you know, work itself and let the roux absorb the water. And you guys will see, looks like that. Let's see if I can get some more light over here. And then if you want to make this soup vegetarian, instead of using beef broth and chicken stock, you can use veggie stock and don't use the chicken. And it will be vegetarian. And anytime I have a recipe on 907 Goodies, and you want to substitute anything, or if you don't eat meat, just substitute it. And shout out to Angela for always, because she is a vegan, and she is really good at converting recipes and making them completely vegan. so that she can eat them. And I love that about Angela. Shout out to the foodie gang. I like when you guys have different diets and you come and you share your knowledge, because there are a lot of people who will see a recipe and, like, because they don't eat chicken or because they don't like beef, they'll kind of just cancel out the whole recipe. And sometimes you have to just make it to your liking. And shout out to Angela for dropping that link for Liliana or NF's channel, whatever y'all want to call her. She's making some amazing food over there. Yeah, so instead of you canceling out the recipe, just substitute the items that you don't like or you cannot eat. Like Jihanda. Shout out to Jihanda. Jihanda does not like onions. So in this soup, I would just say make it without the onions. And y'all can see the roux is just getting, it's sticking it up the way it's supposed to. And then once we get all of our liquid in here, we can start putting we'll put our beans in there, our diced tomatoes, once we get our liquid to the right consistency. Keep in mind that your roux will thicken over time. Turn this down a little bit. It's starting to pop. And I have black beans here. And in the red beans and rice, I believe that those are kidney beans. Beans are really good for you. I know a lot of people, some people don't like beans. I don't like certain beans. Certain beans are a no-go for me. Like, I do not like lima beans. This weekend, I'm going to be making chicken and dumplings. And I'm still not sure what I'm going to make for our Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast. That's going to happen on Friday. And MJ said, I love my kidney beans and limeys. I don't mind kidney beans. There is no kidney bean hate coming from me or from over here. But lima beans, ooh, I don't like them. It's making me thirsty just thinking about them. They just taste so mushy. Okay, back when I was younger, my dad was making this pot roast that smelled so delicious. And we could not wait to eat it. We could not wait to eat this pot roast. Tell me why. When I got home, my mom was like, he ruined it. I was like, Mom, what do you mean? She was like, your dad came from work and put a whole bunch of lima beans in the pot roast, and now it's ruined. We were so sad, MJ. And MJ said, I made chicken and dumplings 2 weeks ago. Liliana made chicken and dumplings the other day, and I was like, yes. I got to make chicken and dumplings this weekend for sure. I have been thinking about it for a while. But yes, he ruined the pot roast by putting all them lima beans in there. He put a lot too. I was so mad at my dad. Like, why did you do that? My mom was upset, but we have just never liked lima beans. I feel like you either like them or you hate them. I think that's really the only bean I really don't like is lima beans. But kidney beans, I love them. We're going to have to make red beans and rice from scratch one day. some water in here. Have you ever, MJ said, yes, it's a special treat. I truly like all beans. You know, have you ever, I have heard of this before, but I never had it. It's like a bean cake. And I think they like bake a cake with beans in it or something like that. Oh, I had a really good recipe on my channel, MJ, for black bean cakes, and I made them vegetarian. I love me some bean cakes. They're so good. I think out of all the beans, my favorite would be black beans, though. Hands down. I love me some black beans. I'll do pinto, though. Pinto beans are good, too. I'm just going to put some water in there.